What is the order of things that you do as oil rallies?
Well, you know, as oil has rallied, one of the first things that we've done is get a balance sheet in order, pay down debt, and so that's the first order of the day. The second order of the day, we've kind of done that in $5 increments.
Okay.
So the next five moves on to completing uncompleted wells that we previously drilled. So we've begun that process. And so hopefully we'll see higher oil prices and we'll actually ramp up that activity. So that's the direction that we're headed right now.
And at what price level do you actually add rigs back on?
Well, you know, I've said all along that's going to be north of 60, so, you know, perhaps in the $70 range, you know, we'd probably bring, but, you know, Continental today, we operate 19 rigs. We're the #1 operator in the U.S. We've been #1 in Oklahoma for the past 5 years. So, you know, we're fairly active in our operations. So we might be one of the last to bring on rigs.
Because you already have so many to go. You don't. It's not as urgent.
Yeah, we're working on you know, great plays, the stack play and overpressure stack play in northwest Oklahoma is a play that we've got 11 rigs in, for instance. So very active there and development of stack in northwest Canaan, as we call it.
The bears tend to point to the fact that once you see a price rally, you're going to see a lot of rigs all of a sudden come back online, and 2 to 4 months later, you'll see a huge spike in production. Is that the right thesis?
It's the wrong thesis. What we've seen is great discipline by the industry. Who would have thought it that it shut down, basically to the point they have, stop completing wells, stay as much as they could within budgets, and be at the point that we're at. I think everybody, you know, everybody knows that we could oversupply the market again. They'll keep an eye on the market to make sure we don't oversupply it. So stepping up rig activities is going to be a lot slower than people think.
And will you be more sensitive this time around? If too much production comes online, will you turn off the taps a little faster?
I think people, you know, in our industry will certainly keep an eye on it and not get out over the skis, perhaps like they have in the past.
And if you see perhaps 70 by the end of this year, what's your price call for 2017 and beyond?
Well, we're seeing as much as 1 million barrel short supply in the latter half this year, 1 million barrels a day. So that adds up. They do have a lot of inventory to pull down. We understand that. There will be some DUC production come on.
Drill but a completed well production.
It's a small wedge when you model it in. So next year, you know, that oversupply could grow. We think it will grow to 2 million barrels a day. So that's going to provide some upward pressure to the price of oil. So it's according to, you know, what that materializes as an undersupply, but we think that undersupply could be 2 million barrels a day, which will add significant upward pressure.
$80 oil?
It's possible.
The other sort of part is that what we've seen is that a lot of workers were fired during the last year and a half. In particular, drilling. Laid off. Drilling saw 39% reduction. Extraction saw 6% reduction. How successful have you been at bringing these guys back to work?
Well, our company, you know, we talked about what we didn't do and haven't done, and one of those is lay off a lot of personnel in Continental. We've not done that. We decided early on to keep our teams together, and we've done that and done very successfully. There's been a lot of rig crews and service companies that has had to lay off a lot of people. In fact, there's about 320,000 workers or more that's been laid off in this industry, direct jobs. So that's a tremendous amount. But I see, you know, obviously a lot of those are going to be needed, but it's going to take some time to bring them back in, bring those people back on. But we're not going to need the rig count that we've had in the past. A lot more efficient today than we have been in the past. So, but it may take a couple years to get back up to speed.